Hey everybody, and this is the final one of this dive into Mythic Legion's Thraice Wraithhailer. Okay, that's a name. Why did I get this one? Well, honestly, I like the look. The blue skin with the purple cape, that looks freaking awesome. That's really it right there. Just that sold me. It's just an aesthetic thing. Really. And of course there's a write-up that I can't read. I'll probably like put a magnifying glass to it or something at some point. But I'm really interested in this one. But again, heard a few stories. Gonna be really careful with this one and just take a look. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. So let me get this one open and we'll take a look at it. Okay, here she is. I've gone through the heat up process. I warmed her up. I gotta say, well, shit. I'm gonna leave that in too. Okay, I've got to say, I had heard about the leg issue with this figure. I've never been so nervous testing a joint in my life. Maybe the closest I was Pandora. But here was the thing. I knew that if Pandora's ankle busted, all I had to do was send a picture to Valiverse and they would replace it. I knew that walking in. I wasn't as nervous about it. This I was nervous about because I don't know what'll happen. So yeah, anyway, let's take a look. This figure, she looks fucking awesome. I have to admit, that blue skin and the white hair are just freaking cool and awesome, and the blue eyes. I mean, that is such a unique look. It's I mean, it's something is it human? Is it not? Is it? I mean, it's just so cool. And now when I looked at her, okay, there's her head. Alright. So I looked at these side by side. I thought they were the same sculpt, but I'm starting to think now they're not. The lips look a little different. And there's definitely some more shading around the eyes. That much is different. That's very obvious just looking at it. But yeah, she's pretty awesome. I am pleased once again with this. Now I look at this shit and my D&D mind goes, why is she wearing metal? She's a spellcaster. Yeah, she's got some chainmail under here. Okay, and these legs. In just to make sure. Okay, I will say this, I feel something right here that's not making me feel good about this figure. There are, oh, and another thing, her center swivel or waist comes apart way too easy. But I knew that from Mega J Retro, so that much at least I was aware of. I mean, I really wanted this figure, dude. I mean, I was ready for it. So I did some research. Imagine, huh? Yeah, but okay. There's this skull effect is really awesome. This is really cool too. Serpentine wrath-like thing. And you know, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, this has some detail to it, but I mean, I also saw those effects from Mysterio that had the tentacles in them. I think those were more detailed. She's got some pauldrons and a kick-ass staff with a kick-ass thing on the end. She has more casting hands, and a set of grabbing hands that move the other way. I am not going to switch her hands unless she's been immediately heated up, because I saw what Mega J Retro did. Was a disaster. He was able to fix it, but I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, I just can't help it. I see metal and my D&D brain goes, look at that, that's metal. This is leather. That makes sense. But this is obviously metal, or it's supposed to be metal. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So it's like my D&D brain goes, no, you're not supposed to be wearing metal. But I know that's not the case with every fantasy world. It's just my D&D brain is stuck. And the other, god damn it, girl, stand up. What's wrong with you? Yeah, she's I heard that Mythic Legions have this problem, so they don't want to stand up sometimes. She has this kick-ass cloak. This was the other thing that struck me. I mean, it was the contrast of her blue skin, light blue skin, with this very deep, dark, well, not dark, but this kind of dark cloak. I mean, I just thought that was really nice. And this is pretty good. I've got a Azrak over here. I'm just grab him really quick. And yeah, I think this is actually better quality than what he's got. I think it might be up to, yeah, this little center one has a little better quality, but this has some better quality. Yeah, so that works. Alright, gotta start messing with this figure, okay? Whew, just stand there and look nice, okay? Just, that's all you gotta do. Okay, so what we gotta do is remove the head. That's a nerve-wracking moment. Because, you know, what happens is, this is annoying as hell. I don't like it. And, you know, she's half the woman she used to be. There we go. Okay, so we have to take that head off and put this head on. And let me see here if there's any holes in the back of this, because yeah, the pauldrons. Okay, I'm sorry, I was remiss in not mentioning her pauldrons. So I guess the pauldrons have to go on first. It sounds like a wasp nest outside of my bedroom right now, which is weird. So yeah, I should be doing this in front of the camera, of course, but you know me, I've got to complicate things. Alright, there we go. Come on. Oh, my daughter is protesting something my wife is doing, so. Alright, and then put, I think this is right, because there's no holes in this thing. So, this would make sense. And again, pauldrons. You know, why am I wearing metal, woman? You can't, you're a spellcaster. Okay. So, yeah, there we go. Come on, come on. I'm hitting the camera too. Wow. Poor me. Get that secure. Get on there. Alright. Pull that over her head. You've seen how I've done it, so you... come on. And there you go. Alright, and I'm gonna put her back together. I'm gonna take her behind the camera. Oh shit, you gotta be kidding. Alright, well, these pauldrons are coming off. Like others, the pauldrons don't want to stay. I don't think they're that big a deal. Gotta take her behind the camera though, because there's too many things you gotta align on her bottom half of her body to get to the top half. Oh my. That didn't sound dirty at all. Okay, so she looks great. Fantastic, wonderful. The engineering and functionality of this figure leaves a bit to be desired. You know, I was under the impression that Horsemen knew what they were doing, but you got a figure and she just comes apart right in the middle. What the hell are you guys doing? I don't know. Wow, dude. Okay, she looks really good. I mean, I'll say that. There's some engineering question marks here. I've got, I mean, what the heck's going on with that midsection? You know, at least it's easily fixable. Combine that with the QC issues, it's kind of like, well, I don't know, maybe she ain't as cool as we thought. Yeah, I mean, she looks cool. That much is apparent. I mean, she just looks fucking cool. I mean, that's given. And these spell effects, yeah, they're nice too. But, I mean, what is going on with that engineering on that midsection? And you can see kind of, you know, her midsection is kind of going all over the place. Let me just, you know, she's got some hula hoop action going on, and you can see again, pops right off. Jesus. I'm actually kind of glad I watched Mega J Retro's review first before getting her, because the way hit, you know, and I don't usually watch reviews. I usually try to keep it to myself. But to be perfectly honest, there was so many things I was hearing about this figure. I decided to, you know, pop in on a few and just get an idea of what I was gonna get. You know, I like this figure a lot. I mean, I think she looks fantastic. She's just awesome. But there's a lot of issues too. Her hood keeps bunching up in the back and creating a like dunce hat effect. Okay, that took a lot more wrangling and fighting than I wanted to think about. There we go. Gotta get this snake going right. Okay. I was afraid I was going to fall and I was going to have to cut the camera again. Alright. She is a very, very good looking figure. Very good looking figure. She's a very frustrating figure. That midsection is very frustrating. The nervousness with the QC is frustrating. She has some flaws. I'm just saying it. She has some flaws. She looks phenomenal. I love the look of this figure, but at the same time, you know, she has some very frustrating aspects to her that cannot be ignored. I don't know how some people are ignoring them. I had watched Art G's and Mega J Retro's reviews of this figure. They were pretty straightforward and, you know, prepared me for some of these frustrations. So I didn't get mad about it. I knew what was happening when it was happening. The wire capes, I mean, they look pretty good. Again, a little bit more robust of a wire would have been preferable, something along the lines of Mythic. But they work. I was expecting something more robust in both these cloth figures. But she's really cool. I do like her a great deal. She's just got flaws. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She has some flaws, and they have to be addressed. And some of them I was prepared for, some of them I was not. I'm kind of glad I did watch a few videos. I normally don't. But this time I'm glad I did, because it prepared me for what I dealt with. And, you know, she's good. She is good. Now, all that in mind, is she worth the price tag of $50? No. This is another 35-ish one, and that's the frustrating part. Is, you know, that price point is prohibitive. I would collect more of these if they were in the 35. And that's not saying I'm not going to collect more of them. I'm just saying these are good figures. But this 10 years in, and you're having these kind of issues, that I can just pop her in half without even trying. I mean, that's an issue. I bet you money if I... Yeah, okay. But, you know, I just wanted to test it. That doesn't mean I don't like her. I like her a lot. I definitely love the look. I think it's unique and interesting and fun. And, you know, that's why I wanted this figure. And I'm glad I bought it. Don't get me wrong. I am glad I bought it. But at the same time, those issues must be addressed and mentioned, because they're pretty big deals. Why some of these things are not addressed, I don't know. It seems like, you know, I don't know. I've seen more reviews on this one than on any other. And I'm noticing a lot of these things are not talked about. So it's like, accentuate the positives, hide the negatives? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. But it makes me wonder. You know, again, this goes all the way back to, why is it Mythic Legions and the Four Horsemen above criticism? And I don't know. Because at this price point, I'm expecting Mayfex, man. Where there's no this. There's none of that. And somebody's going to say, oh, it's easily customizable. And it's like, yeah, but if you don't want to customize it, you don't need it to be that easy. That if you turn her waist, she pops right off of her body. Look-wise, great. Great. I didn't get to go over all the details on the figure, because, I mean, the paint details are really good. Especially on the chest armor and down here. I mean, it's all really, really good. I do like it. But, again, there are flaws. I don't know why I'm the only one mentioning them. But I am. I'm the only one I'm hearing saying this stuff. I looked. Alright. I do like her a lot. I am glad I've got her. Tomorrow, I'm just going to throw out my final judgment. Well, you can kind of guess what it is. But maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. And don't forget to do the liking and subscribing.